I wanted to study but I can't concentrate. I find school, for the most part, easy. However, the one thing that I, and many others, struggle with is staying focused when studying. For me, it's all the distractions. There are iPods, TV, games, consoles, magazines, and even siblings can be a distraction. But the main distraction is myself. I find it very hard to block out everything else and focus on studying. I don't know why, but having to focus leaves me no choice but to find myself a distraction. I have tried many different approaches, techniques, and tips to help me sit and concentrate. The few that work for me are, in a study by NASA, the pilots who took a 26-minute nap reduced their lapses in awareness by 34% compared to those who didn't nap. Find a quiet workspace away from other distractions and make it into your study space. Pace. I create a plan to study for 20 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break. Simplify notes to few words. Then, on the test, it's easy to expand on concepts. Don't keep rereading the same notes. If they don't make sense, I find other sources on the same topic to study from. I have followed these since I was in grade 8, and it has always been easy for me to study ever since. Do you find it hard not to become distracted? Turn off distracting technology. It's not a good idea to study with your cell phone on, even if it's set to vibrate. As soon as you get a text, you're going to look. The promise of a notification is too tempting. Avoid the temptation altogether by shutting your devices off and even putting them in another room. Need an even more drastic option to keep yourself honest. Ask a friend or family member to hold on to your phone during your study session. The same goes for your computer and tablet unless you're using it to study. In that case, be sure to disable every distracting application and notification before you begin the study session. Use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is perfect for splitting your study sessions into manageable chunks of time. It's simple. Select one task to work on, set a timer, work until it rings, and then take a break. Only you can decide what time range works best for you, but generally the Pomodoro technique requires you to work for 25 minutes on a singular task, completely uninterrupted. Once the timer rings, take 3 to 5 minute break, then complete the cycle 3 more times before taking a 25 to 30 minute break. This helps prevent burnout and keeps you focused, motivated, and on task. Stay focused on your priorities. Self-help is the key here. No one else is going to stop you from doing what you want, but you're the one who will face the consequences if you fail to meet your targets. Remember, you are at university for a reason, and if that reason is lost, nothing else will fit well in the equation. What I do to stay focused is keep a diary with me. I have written all my study goals and priorities in it, and when I have spare time, while waiting for the train or traveling and before going to bed, I take a thorough look at them. You could do the same, or even paste some posters on your room's wall. Follow these study tips and stay focused on your goals, and you should find you're feeling more confident about your studies, as well as still being able to enjoy all the other aspects of student life. Reframe negative thoughts. Negative thoughts make studying all but impossible. If you find yourself frequently repeating self-defeating thoughts, try reframing them into more positive statements. Negative and quote, "This concept is too hard for me to learn," and quote, "Positive and quote, "This concept is tough, but I can figure it out," and quote, Negative and quote, "I hate this class studying for. It is so boring," and quote, Positive and quote, "This class isn't my favorite, but I want to study the material so that I can succeed," and quote, Negative and quote, "I can't study. I get so distracted," and quote, Positive and quote, "I know I lost focus earlier, but I'm going to try again," and quote. The next time a negative thought invades your brain, acknowledge it and try to turn it into a positive statement. Conserve your mental energy because your brain is energy guzzler. It's important not to dissipate your energy by letting your mind wander into debilitating, irrelevant thoughts. Thoughts that linger on. Why did he behave with me so rudely? What if I fail in the exam? And so on. An effective way to squash such thoughts is to recognize them the moment they cross your mind. Count up to 3 and divert your mind elsewhere. Yes, such thoughts creep in so automatically that we don't realize that they're gnawing you mentally. Unless of course you practice breaking the train of thoughts and counting, or anything else you may try does precisely that. I know it's not easy to control such wandering thoughts, but if you can, then you conserve some precious energy.